Hey, everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie, and we are going to be doing our 9B Central Florida garden tour this morning. So I have to say, of course, there has been incredible growth. We actually didn't have that much rain this week, but I still think you will enjoy the tour. And if you've been watching, you can see all that growth that has occurred. So before we get started, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe, because we love to have you as part of our gardening community. Remember, we cover two types of gardens here on this channel. One is 5B, which is Bobby's garden up north, and then we have my garden in 9B down here in Central Florida. Y'all, look at the bees. Look at the bees at work. It's so cool watching the bees. I had to stop for a moment. Y'all feel me? So one thing that you'll notice is things look a little different. I moved some things around since last week because, that's just how I roll. I just move things around as I need to. And y'all have to look at the very first videos that we put up on this channel. Oh my goodness, this space has changed so much. So this is my zucchini plant. Y'all look at all these blossoms. Now I have to say, me and this plant had a threesome this morning. That's right. We had a threesome, y'all. I molested my plant and I did some pollination. Because what I've been noticing this past week is that I have the squash on here, but they're falling off because they're not getting pollinated. So I decided to get up early this morning, because y'all know the blossoms close up after a while during the day. I did not know that. And so I did some cross pollination. So this bucket is some long beans that I just sowed today. I got them in the mail and I went right out and I put them into that bucket. And then here in the back is some melon plants. And if you watched my video a few days ago, you would have seen that I did some transplants out of this, and they are looking happy again. So they can just grow. I want it to have life. And here's the bell pepper plant, some that I transplanted. And y'all, these bell peppers look like they're getting ready to put some blossoms on already. And they are kind of short. I did top that plant, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think I get over anxious sometimes. These are potatoes, so nothing to see there just yet. They're going to be moving to a new spot shortly. And then the good old radishes. Y'all just like looking at the radish leaves. They're amazing. But look at all those radishes. I usually just pick them as I need them. At first I picked like the whole batch, and then I didn't need them all at one time. So I just let them stay in here. And I'm really most anxious to see when they bolt, because I heard you can eat the pods that come from bolted radishes. Now the two empty planters I have here is some borage and I can't remember what the other one is, so good thing I have it marked. And this is my new flower garden here. I put in some cosmos, some zinnia, and some nasturtiums a few days ago, and you can see they're starting to come up. And I can't tell which ones are which, because y'all know I'm a baby gardener and I haven't really figured out how to identify plants just yet, but I'm getting there. So this is my zucchini plant, and right now it only has male flowers. There are no females just yet, so the males came to the party first, so there was no threesome this morning with this plant. And y'all use some sticks from my yard as like stakes, and I like the way they look. It's a really natural. So hopefully those will help. Now this is my sugar baby watermelon, and I did have a threesome with it this morning as well, because I noticed that there are some little buds that did not get pollinated, and this one has quite a few flowers on it. Y'all, I love all the blooms. I can't wait until all the flowers that I planted starts blooming. But these had some blooms, and I went ahead and I cross-pollinated those as well. Well, hand-pollinated, not cross-pollinated. Y'all have to forgive my terminology. I'm new to this, okay? And then we have Okra Plant, and it has a little fella in there. Hey, Mr. Gnome, how you doing in there? Y'all, I've been like inspecting these plants, and I've been waiting for some okra to start rearing its beautiful little heads, but none yet. Now, in these pots are some wildflowers that are just taking forever to come up, but look at that. Got a little fungi in there. I find those all over the place, and I think that's a good sign that you have really good soil. Look at that. And I have a zinnia growing up there. I really can't wait to see the colors of the blooms on the zinnias. And then inside of my little nursery here under my dream trellis, here is one of my transplanted husky tomatoes. Husky cherry tomatoes is doing well. And here is the other one. It's starting to get some fruit on it, along with that bolted basil. I have a few bolting plants in here, but I decided to leave them in on purpose. Here's my bolting romaine lettuce, because I want to get the seeds off of them, and also I want to see if I can get the seeds, because I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. Y'all, this is my chamomile. Seriously overseeded, but you know, what you gonna do? And the dill, I actually used some of the dill this week, so I'm proud of myself. I tried to every day use something from the garden. This is lavender. I think it's lavender. It took a long time to come up. And I have one little lonely piece of dill here, and it's getting pretty big, so I'm excited about that. Got some chives in here. And then, y'all, look at that pole rosemary plant. That's it. That's all I have for the rosemary. Waiting for that to bust out. And then my lettuce. I'll probably be harvesting the rest of the lettuce off of here, because it is, I think, in bolting stage as well. Y'all, these are the pieces of comfrey I got from eBay. So watch the video before this. I'll have it up above and a link below. And you'll see when I planted and I received the comfrey. And it's already coming up. That's sweet potato slips there. And then we have some more, well, they were seedlings, and those are some bell pepper plants. I don't have anybody to give them to. I don't know what to do with those plants, y'all. And we have some tomato plants, which I'm going to have to find a home for very soon, because they are really growing up fast. Just like little kids. You know, the little flowers in the garden, they're like your babies. They're like little kids. You have to buy them some new shoes and new coveralls and all that good stuff. And then another okra, or two more okra plants here in this 5-gallon container. Y'all, I'm really enjoying the container garden, let me tell you. These are melon plants that I transferred as well, and that's on the previous video, and I want them to trellis up, so I put them here. These are the cowpeas. Y'all, my cowpeas, they look fantastic, don't they? Look at that. I had to move the shade cloth because they are just going up this trellis like nobody's business. And they have one little bloom. Yay, look at that little white bloom. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? There it is. One little white bloom. So I think I'm going to be getting some cowpeas soon. My little lonely nasturtium hiding back there behind these beautiful zinnias. Y'all, if y'all could see the happy face, these zinnias, even just the leaves, they look so majestic. I can't wait for the blooms. I cannot wait for the blooms. Now, my sunflower garden looks a little bit different, and that's because I went in and I did some deadheading, because there were lots of heads that they were finished. They were finished and they were done. And I think from my research, if you deadhead them, then the other flowers will, they'll get more energy from the plant, and then they'll be able to kind of bust out. So we'll see what happens within the next few days. Y'all look at that. Beautiful. And this is my Bobby sunflower garden, because Bobby gave me the sunflowers for this. So all of these came from her garden, her 5B garden up north in Indiana. And these are all sunflowers. I finally thinned them out. And so they have some room for their little toes to grow. You know, you have to do that for your babies too. You got to give them a little toe room. And then I'll probably have to thin them out again. But you know, for now, that's good to go. Y'all like all my little cans with my sayings on them? And this is my row of bell peppers. I don't know, there's red, yellow in there. Whatever it is, I love bell peppers. And then we have one of my contender bean plants, which I thought was dead at one point. It started growing back, and it has beans on it and some blossoms as well. And here's the other plant. It looks horrible, but it still has some beans growing on it. So I'm going to keep it. And I'll probably need to go ahead and pull off some of those dead leaves. But in any case, it's still looking pretty beautiful. Here's one of my marigold plants. Y'all look at the little bud. It's almost ready to come out. I just want to stand in front of it and say, go, 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 go. Open up, open up. And here's some of my aloe vera that's in my walkway that I still haven't moved, and it's just getting ginormous. Y'all, that aloe vera looked like it was dead for a while, but it's doing okay. So here is my trellis, my Eden trellis. Y'all, this cucumber plant, it looks alive, but there's no blooms on it. And everything kind of like died back except for the leaves. It's not producing anything, or so I thought. So, because look down here. Look at all of these little baby, these baby cucumbers down here at the bottom. So we'll see what happens with this plant. I'm not going to pull it out just yet, because when I think things are dead, they're usually not. And that was my peppermint, the little babies. Those were peppermints. So this is actually a second cucumber plant, and there are cukes on here. You can see there's some cucumbers, and I expect those to be pollinated, because the bees they're crazy about this trellis because they love all the flowers. And then this is my eggplant. Y'all, look how big the eggplant is. I'm excited about this too. I can't wait for those eggplant babies to start coming on, so I can start making whatever, y'all. I'm getting my recipes together, because I have a lot of stuff that will be coming out of my garden. And then of course I still have a sunflower here. I deadheaded that one too, and I think it helped it out quite a bit. Y'all, look at this little taco this little taco car here. You know, my neighbors don't have kids, I don't have kids, but this car was in my yard, so I decided to add it to the garden whimsy. And then my banana pepper. I keep forgetting I need to plant it. I need to put that on my list, because it's not on my to-do list. It's just hiding. I probably should just start that plant over again. I have seeds. And then, y'all, my tomato plant. I know that tomato plant looks horrid, but it is still putting out tomatoes. Look at that. The bottom part of it is it's like 3 feet that's barren, that has nothing on it. But look at that basil though. I need to grab some of those basils and start growing them for my new tomatoes as well. And here's the other tomato plant, and it looks a little bit better. It's kind of barren at the bottom, but again, it is still producing. And they both still have flowers on them also. So I just give it a little shake, shake, shake every time I go over there for some pollination. I have a green bell pepper that's turning red. I did harvest a red bell pepper off of here today. I thought it was on long enough. And look, y'all, I got some buds. I got some more that's coming on here. I heard that, you know, you'll get more when you start cutting off some of the pepper. So that's what I've been doing. And then This is carrots and some beets, which I keep saying I'm gonna harvest and I haven't, but I don't think it hurts anything to just leave them there until I need them. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is the other side of the Eden trellis, and y'all, these cucumbers are crazy. They have gone bananas. That's right, look at all those cucumbers. And it is like bananas for cucumbers. Look at that, they are everywhere. They were hiding, and I'm so glad I put the cucumber plant on the trellis because it makes it so easy to find the cucumbers. And of course, I've never done it any other way because remember, I'm a baby gardener, and this is my first garden, so it was a good idea. Good morning. This is my morning plant, and y'all look, I'm gonna call him Gandalf. He looks weird. His eyes are weird, but I still want some more of those. Those are my morning glories. They're mixed in with my cucumbers. You can see a cucumber right there. And that morning glory shot up this trellis. Once it got the tendrils on it, it just shot up. It's all the way at the top now. So I expect it to go over to the other side. And I had one more cucumber plant on there as kind of a baby. And then back here in my backyard, I kind of threw a plant back here. I didn't really throw it back here, but y'all look. It has blooms. It's getting ready to make some cucumbers, and look how tiny it is. And only thing I did was plant that in like some sandy dirt, no amendments. I also put some melons because I didn't have any place to put those, and we'll see how those do as well. And I called this I Want to Live. It's like the ICU unit, y'all. And y'all see how shady it is back here in the back? I don't know if they're going to make it or not, but we'll see. And then we have in the front of my house, in the nice shade, it was a shaded area, I have some kale, which I've actually eaten some. So yay, I'm so happy about that. I've started eating some of the kale and also some of the Swiss chard. Now the Swiss chard looks a hot mess, but y'all remember I already watered, and whenever I water these plants, they kind of lay down. But they're still kind of a hot mess, I have to say. But the leaves are absolutely delicious. Unfortunately, I got a tree cut back, so they're no longer in shade, so I don't know how they're going to make it. And then the infamous Fuck It garden. And y'all look at my marigolds. These are marigolds that I chopped off another plant and I just stuck it in the ground. And it looked like it was dead, so go back and look at the videos. They looked like they were dead, but they came back and they look absolutely wonderful. So yeah, thank you all for coming on with me today. I absolutely enjoyed sharing with you, and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Bye.